Welcome back to Sunrise. If you're just joining us, thanks for coming along. The KSAFA Championship League kicks off today with a doubleheader at the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex. In the feature match of the doubleheader, defending champions Boys Town will take on Major League winners Duhaney Park, with kickoff set for 8 p.m. Live coverage is going to be right here on CVM TV. Augustown FC are going to take on JDF in the early kickoff at 5:15. Here to chat with us about the leagues are the CEO of our broadcast partners and league sponsors, Mackay Security, Dr. Jason Mackay, and President of Boys Town Football Club, Andrew Price. Gentlemen, good morning.
Yes, thanks very much. Good morning. Waking us up this morning.
First of all, Jason, I mean, how excited are you about the quality of football that is now coming on free-to-air television?
Really excited. I think parish football is a well-kept secret. And I think that this particular sponsorship and project that we're working on is going to really show what parish, where parish football is, you know, when it's put on a proper, and when it's televised properly, you know, versus just seeing little snippets on news. You're going to see an entire match and a build-up and, you know, and all that.
Right.
And then, you know, persons will start becoming familiar with the players. You're in for a treat.
You know, I'm really enjoying it. One thing I'm enjoying is seeing the attachment, as I said, to players and teams build. What I'm hoping is that we're going to see it translate to even the teams becoming more profitable for investors, and so that you can see, like, for instance, people like merchandise, jerseys, and other things start sell hard.
Well, that's already a strong presence in Premier League. You know, where Premier League has gotten now is the jerseys are sold out in situations. There's hardcore. There's hardcore support for teams and so on. So you're going to see it more at a parish level. What happens before they get there, and you're going to be surprised at what you see.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, we're bringing big price, Andrew Price. You know, I told him earlier that we share a number of things. St. George's College and Boys Town, because I played minor league for Boys Town in the left back position.
Now left off.
But give us a synopsis of where the leagues fall in the local pyramid, because I mean there are some teams that are relegated and some who are promoted.
Okay, in KSAFA, you have two basic divisions. You have the Championship, which is the highest level, and the Major League. There are 12 teams in the Championship, and there are 13 teams in the Major League. Now, each year, 2 teams are promoted from the Major League to the Championship, and 1 team from the Championship, which is the winner, goes into the qualification for the Tier 2 competition, which is the level below the Premier League. And right now, I believe that KSAFA has the biggest prize money of all parish competitions. The winner of the Championship wins $1 million, and the winner of the Major League wins $500,000. So at least there is some incentive for the clubs and the teams and the players to play for. So it's a good league, and you know, we want to thank people like Ray and Neville, Mackay Securities, Pure Water for coming aboard and supporting KSAFA's football competitions.
Yes. You know, I'm a little biased this morning because Boys Town has a lot of history, and talk to us about their position, because they are defending champions of which of the leagues?
They are defending champions of the Championship, which is the highest league. So, you know, they won it 2 consecutive years, and if we win it, or should I say, when we win it this year, we will keep the trophy, because we would have won it 3 years in a row. So that's what we are aiming at, and that's what we are trying to do.
What's the competitiveness in the league looking like this season? Very
good. You know, we have a lot of teams like, you know, promoted teams like Augustown and Duhaney Park, and they're the perennial teams such as Santos that are in it. So it's going to be a very competitive league.
So how do teams get to Jamaica Premier League?
Okay, once you win the Championship, you qualify for a Tier 2 playoff system. And the Tier 2 playoff system is that the top teams in all the parishes throughout Jamaica vie for a position to go up. Racing, which was in St. Catherine, played last year in the qualify, and they qualified for the Tier 2. After qualifying for the Tier 2, they won the Tier 2 competition, and now they are in the Premier League. So the precursor to going to the Premier League is the Tier 2 competition, and you have to come from a parish to qualify for that Tier 2 competition.
You know, an important part of developing the game is putting in place the structures like this. You know, so KSAFA is very enviable. I know St. Catherine has a strong structure traditionally. But I mean, what about the fields and the facilities? Are we getting there, Jason, that we're producing better playing services, that we can see a better quality of football being played?
To me, the fields are still an issue. We're not where we should be on fields, nationally speaking. I remember growing up at Calabar and so on, you know, Manning Cup used to play at the National Stadium. A lot of people were against it, but you know, they moved it out of the stadium back in the 90s and put it, you know, in the schools itself. And I guess it does generate some income for the schools, but it kills to me it killed the Manning Cup, because I don't attend Manning Cup games anymore, and I attended Manning Cup games from the 70s straight up to when I would have to go and stand on a field line, and that's one of the things that overlap into Jamaican football, you know, is that the field surfaces affect the quality of the game, and the fact that how it is televised a lot of the times can impact it as well. If you were to televise a Jamaica Premier League match the same way they do an EPL match, it would come across as a much higher level of play than what you expect it to be, because how you film it is a big deal, you know.
Absolutely.
I think when you guys are in the business, you can understand it, but it's really even a bigger deal than you may imagine. Sometimes when you're trying to film a match from the sideline, so you find that stadium facilities, not just the field surfaces, but the ability to get the camera angles and to get it from several angles and the spider cam and all of that, facilities that need to be there so the football looks better.
Right.
Because marketing it is very difficult in this environment.
Yeah. And speaking of marketing it, I mean, talk to us about your decision to partner with CVM for this live. Was it a no-brainer? What, you know?
And I have a very strong historic relation with CVM. I mean, as an athlete, they followed me around the world, and you know, I have done a real. I think most of the persons who know me as an athlete in my era know me because of CVM. Because Rowan Daly would have been in Asia, would have China, Japan, you know, everywhere we used to compete. So I've always had a very strong relationship with CVM. So when I was looking for a media sponsor to partner with me on it, there was no question on it. And I had wanted to see parish football back on television, you know. So I pretty much had a vision in my head of what I wanted for the next 3 years. Because as you know, I was vying for presidency in CSAFA. So I wanted to see parish football back on air. You know, I wanted to see certain things as it related to youth development in football, and I wanted to see clubs, the welfare of clubs coming, to at least in some degree, coming in under the responsibility of the association. So the association to me has a responsibility to go and seek sponsors to run their league, but also to help the teams, because the teams really go through an unbelievable stress. It's really hard. And people think of the teams as being professional teams that actually earn money. That is not the case at all. You have teams that have strong corporate backers, like my team. You know, it's Mackay Securities team, so it has a strong backing. But those number very few. Generally speaking, teams on a whole are run by people who love football. You know, so I mean, if you look on Boys Town traditionally, you know, that was never a business. That was, you know, really a project to help young people.
Definitely.
And a lot of people giving their time. So when you elect an association, they need to move into corporate Jamaica and get sponsorship to help you with stuff. So the model I had in my mind was, you know, a welfare structure as well as a media structure and a youth development, all happening synonymously. So you'll see a lot of things happening over the next 3 to 4 years as part of the Mackay Security project for football, playing out between, you know, KSAFA as an organization and a lot of teams in St. Catherine at the time they still carry the Mackay Security brand.
Quickly before we go, what do you expect today? Opening match.
We're going to be a competitive game, and I want people to come out to the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex to see the doubleheader. It's a good doubleheader. The price is $1,000, so come out and see some good football, because good football is played in KSAFA.
It's a young team, a mix.
Yes, it's a mix of experience. You know, Michael Campbell is still around. He's still playing for Boys Town.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he plays with his son now. And so we'll have 2 Michael Campbells on the field. So it's good for people to come out and see generations playing together.
Yes,
Love
awesome.
that.
But if you can't go, you can catch it on CVM.
That's correct. 8 o'clock sharp.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen. So don't forget to join us tonight right after news at 7 for the kickoff of the KSAFA Leagues. We'll bring you live coverage, Boys Town versus Duhaney Park, kicking off the 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. And if you know me, you know who I'm cheering for. Adams is on standby with the morning news. Second stay.